Okay, so I was born and raised in Anaconda, Montana too, and my whole life I remember I graduated in 1981, and that's when the smelter closed, and the town really started to get smaller. A lot of people moved away, a lot of businesses closed up, so a lot of people don't understand what Anaconda, Montana was like in its heyday. So, Mom, can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yes, that Anaconda had everything in our small little city, but we up and down every street, on Main Street and Park Street and Cherry Street and Commercial Street, they were all businesses. And we could buy shoes and clothes and hats in men's clothing stores, and we did not have to go to Butte, even though it was wonderful to get all dressed up in our fancy clothes and high heels and purse and hat and head off to Butte, to the big city, to buy and look at the beautiful Hennessy store over there and Burr's store. And they were fun places to go. But it wasn't necessary to leave our city to buy anything because everything was here.
What were some of the stores? What were the names of the stores? You guys remember?
Schwartz's.
Schwartz's, yeah. What else?
Emil Moran's.
Irish Skaggs.
Thrifty Draw.
It's still there, yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Woolworths. I remember Woolworths.
Woolworths,
Yeah.
Pennies.
Uh-huh.
And paint store, Murphy's paint store.
What about some of the
Oh,
restaurants?
Schuster's shoe store.
Yeah, Schuster's. What about some of the restaurants? The Montana Hotel.
Park Cafe
of
was the
course.
big one.
Park Cafe.
It was
yeah.
a busy one.
Yeah, yeah.
It was 24/7 and
Mm-hmm.
it never closed. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and the Montana Hotel was a beautiful place to go and have dinner. You had the linen tablecloths, the silver and the dishes and the crystal, and they had a wonderful menu and a great chef.
Well, that's where our wedding breakfast was at, the Montana Hotel.
And that was in the Rose Room. That was for parties, the Rose Room. And it was all roses.
Hmm. And Dad,
Beautiful.
you said you came here when you were 19, but
Oh,
you
yeah.
remember it was a bustling town too. You had lots of thoughts about Anaconda.
Well, it was fun. It was. And I was interested in music, and I found out right away that I could fit in and jam session with people. And before too long, I was actually playing in bars. But it was a union town. I'll tell you, everyone that worked on the smelter, they had to belong to their union. And I didn't care if you had a barber shop, if you had a restaurant, if you was any job you had, you was in a union. I didn't care what it was. And I thought it was fantastic because coming from Utah, you just played music or did what you wanted to any way you wanted. But here, if you wanted to play some music somewhere, you belonged to a union.
So what did that mean? I think a lot of people now don't even understand what it means to be in a union.
Well, it's just it's organized labor, so that you have to file a contract when you went out on a job playing, so that no one could cheat you and beat you out of your pay and everything. It was all business.
And there was a set fee.
It was a set fee, how much you get paid.
Mm-hmm.
And then always had to go back to the local, and they got some out of your contract too.
I remember when I was a little girl going and watching you play at the embassy. Remember the embassy?
I played the
Yeah.
embassy 6 years.
You played there for a long time. What are some of the other places you played at?
The ranch bar,
Mm-hmm.
and turf bar down in Anaconda.
JFK?
No, but Carmel's
Yeah.
and Corner Bar
Mm-hmm.
and the Winter Bar
Mm-hmm.
and the Elks.
Well, you've come a long way, baby, because now you play at church. You played it.
Yeah, I got a lot better boss.
You played it at the for the Anaconda Catholic community for many years. Do you even know how many years?
35.
30. Of course, you know how many years.
Yeah.
And I know you're an institution here in Anaconda, and that's pretty amazing. Mom actually just had some surgery, and your nurse was one of your preschool students, or right?
Yes.
Okay. So you had a kindergarten here and a preschool for a long time, right?
Yes, for 20 years.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely loved every one of my darling little children. I met them with a hug in the morning and a hug when they left. And nowadays you wouldn't do it, but I think I'd still do it.
I think you would too. So Anaconda's been pretty good to you guys.
Yes,
Right?
it has.
You
been
don't know
wonderful.
anything else, right?
It's been wonderful.
Yeah.
This is where I've spent most of my life. 19 years old when they came here, so I was a grown man and 2 years out of high school and everything. But it seems like this is where I've spent my whole life, and that's where I wanted to be anyway. I have no other place to go. We did take a lot of trips and everything, but I always come back here, and this is where I want to spend my time in Anaconda. I don't have any other place that I'd rather be.
And you've been in this house for how many years?
About 1949.
60.
Yeah.
61 years, something like that.
Yes.
Pretty amazing. So, all right. Anything else you want to tell us about Anaconda?
Well, let's see. We had good schools. We had very good sports teams because we had wonderful athletes at the time. And no matter if it was football, basketball, baseball, track, any of them, we had people that would compete, and we were proud of them, and we backed them in everything they did.
Anacondans pretty much stick together, don't we?
Yes, we do.
Absolutely.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks you guys for cluing us in on what it used to be like here and how much you love Anaconda.